And I'll ask General Siwach. General Siwach, there have been this ever since this video has released, it has created a lot of furor. The Chief Minister has yesterday during the Kargil Vijay Divas program said that, due to the large number of FIRs and present turmoil in Manipur, the state was unable to focus on a particular FIR. He said that the video was put out ahead of the parliament session by some for power, thus selling Manipur and India. And if the viral video had been out earlier, then Manipur would not have been put in such a shame. And there is also a gentleman called N. Biren Kumar Singha, and he is saying that what about rape of hundreds of Meitei women in Chura Chandpur? Why you do not tell it? How boy and girl of Meitei from Imphal were killed in Chura Chandpur district and all. Something which I think Dongal was referring to. How do you go through? I'll come to you, Dongal. How do you go through this narrative? Where instead of being ashamed, people think that a video which has been released is embarrassing Manipur. I think what is happening in Manipur is embarrassing Manipur more than that thing. I think if you are a human being, you would hang your head in shame irrespective of which side you are. And this stands true for everybody. I mean, if it was a Meitei woman, I don't think that the horror would be any less or the shame would be any less. How do you go through these conflicting narratives which are at the heart of what is happening in Manipur, sir?
Yeah, very correct. You see, as far as violence is concerned, both the communities have been hit very hard. So therefore, the victims are both sides, and therefore the atrocities have been committed very high on both communities, whether it is Meiteis or Kukis. So the video which came into limelight has shaken up the conscience of the people of India. We have realized how the women have been treated, how they have been paraded, disrobed, and allegedly raped. This may be one case of one particular community. There may be many cases of different community also. So I fully agree that in this case where there is a violence in the state, it is basically, you can say, a supper night, or in the sense that is free for all. The victims and the perpetrators are both sides. And that is the worst case scenario. The distrust and mistrust which has happened, until and unless these videos would have not come into limelight, the people of India would have not, their conscience would have not risen. At least it has brought this issue on the forefront. But to say that one particular community is been only adversely affected, I don't think so. The victims are on the both sides, and the perpetrators are also both sides. So therefore, this point must be understood. And I feel the solution is not military. It has to be a political solution. And I want to say, like Kuki telling about the autonomous administrative region, why don't we follow what was done in Assam, in Kokrajhar and Bogaigaon, where we have taken out basically Bodo autonomous region. Some sort of power can be taken out and given to them to run their administration. Some solution has to be found out. Blame game has to stop. As on today, what is happening is there is a no law and order. That has to be brought. And why it is not there? Because there are too many weapons. The whole, society is being weaponized. And therefore, the requirement is a strict action to be taken against those who still having weapon. Take out this weapon and take action against anyone who taking law in the hand. Unless you don't bring law and bring peace, that distrust and mistrust will carry on. As on today, both are considering each other as enemy, and both are thinking they are the victim, the other side is the perpetrator. Whereas the fault lies on the both sides, and there is a requirement that trust which was there for last 100 years, that has been lost, and we have to bring it. But one can say very certainty that no particular community is a victim. Both communities victim. The humanity has suffered here. The women and children of both the communities suffered the maximum. Let's now our conscience be awakened up. Let's bring peace in Manipur. That's the requirement of the day.
Okay, Mr. Chakma, you raised your hand.
No, just I completely agree what General had said. I just want to add one more point. If a ruler is to be ashamed of, he should be or she should be ashamed of losing of 4,000, 5,000 arms. Because when your security forces lose 4,000 to 5,000 arms or give away, it basically means that your police force no longer exists. Can you imagine 4,000 arms being lost and 4,000 armed civilians coming and attacking the government? And what kind of impact it has? If we look at the Wagner Group's reaction in Russia, 25,000 Wagners troops had shaken up the entire Russia, which is what second most powerful militarily or the most powerful nation on the earth. So when you lose this kind of arms and weapons, it basically means that you are not governing the state. There is no governance in the state, and you have completely failed. And that is more shameful because it basically means that when you cannot rule, this kind of incidents or mob rule will take place. And what we have today is the mob rule, and so much so that even the central security forces are not being allowed to enforce the rule of law. So the central security forces, when they go through the major areas or the cookie areas, then they have to take permission. The vehicles are searched. Imagine the impact on the morale of the security forces when you have the vigilante groups setting up checkposts and saying, show us whether Meiteis are traveling, show us whether the cookies are traveling, and if they travel, you attack, burn down these buses. What kind of impact it will be having on the morale of a security force? He or she doesn't know how to react. If he takes action, he is held accountable. If he doesn't take action, he is held accountable. In which country where government exists, can you have the security forces being checked by the private vigilante groups from both sides, or even the communities building up bunkers and arming them with arms to the teeth? And all of you, the
Yeah, I
journalists
agree.
and
I
everybody
agree,
else going
Mr.
there.
Chakma. Yesterday even we were surprised when we saw that, the Chura Chandpur, where a group was of young men were standing there, sitting there, and saying that they only allow Indian Army, Assam Rifles, and journalists to pass through this. This was in fact a very telling comment on how the local vigilantes or vigilante groups have taken over the security administration. And
No, it's not only a shame on the Chief Minister of Manipur, it's a shame on Home Minister of India, Defense Minister of India, and the Prime Minister of India, that you are subjecting the central paramilitary forces, Indian Army
I'll come
like
back to
this.
you. I'll come back to you, Mr. Chakma. Let's also let me go back to the sound bites of the son and daughter of Mr. Vunga Zagin, son and wife of Mr. Vung Zagin Walte, the BJP MP from Manipur, and he was somebody who was brutally assaulted in Imphal by a mob in Imphal early May. He has been hospitalized. He has not been able to perform normal function. And imagine he's a member of Legislative Assembly, and a couple of days back, he has been discharged by the hospital. But his condition is something, if you see, is a glimpse of how grim the situation in Manipur. Let's listen into Mr. Walte's son and wife on what do they have to say about the incident, the horrifying nature of violence which is there in the state of Manipur, and then we'll go ahead with our discussion.
सर, जिस तरीके से मणिपुर में हिंसा हो रही है, हम देख रहे हैं हालात बद से बदतर हो रहे हैं, और तस्वीरें भी आ रही हैं। बीच में इंटरनेट पूरा बंद था, अब इंटरनेट बीच बीच में रिस्टोर हुआ, लेकिन आपको क्या लगता है सर, हालात वहाँ पर कैसे हैं? और आपके फादर के ऊपर हमला भी हुआ इस हिंसा में।
अभी मणिपुर में तो हालात इट बिकमिंग वर्स एंड वर्स देन बिफोर।
मुख्यमंत्री एन बीरेन सिंह से मुलाकात करके, मीटिंग करके सचिवालय से लौट रहे थे, उस वक्त हमला हुआ। तो आपको हमले की जानकारी कब मिली, कैसे आपको पता चला कि हमला हुआ है आपके फादर पर?
हम लोग का बाबा का वो PSO है ना, उस तो मेइतेई है, उससे लिए वो तो he's safe, and so he has informed us about the incident, and he has informed that their death has been brought to RIMS emergency, and उसके बाद तो हम लोग ने पता चल गया बाबा तो he has been brought to RIMS।
अच्छा, तो किस तरह से इंजरी हुई थी, कैसे हमला हुआ, मतलब क्या सब आपके हिसाब से किसने हमला किया? मेइतेई ने किया, कुकी ने किया?
मेइतेई ने किया, मेइतेई ने किया, लेकिन PSO report ka, as per the PSO report, it was from that black wearing guy, that Arambai Tengol. They have done this.
Okay, उन्होंने हमला किया। और हमला किस तरीके से किया, कैसे हमला किया था, इनको कहाँ-कहाँ चोटें पहुँचाई?
वो लोग ने इलेक्ट्रिक करंट शॉक दिया और उसका बाद में वो लोग ने टॉर्चर दिया और वो लोग ने तो सब ये उसका बॉडी पार्ट तो कुछ भी नहीं किया लेकिन ये सबसे वो इसका हेड में टॉर्चर किया।
आपको लगता है आप मैतेई कुकीज को वहाँ नहीं रहने दे रहे हैं?
नो
मणिपुर में
कुकी जोमी को रहने नहीं दे रहा इम्फाल में रहने दे रहा है। उसके लिए हम लोग ने सेपरेट एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन मांग रहे हैं सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से।
जब आपके फादर को अटैक हुआ और फिर आपको पता चला जो उनके साथ पीए और पीएस थे उनके थ्रू, फिर उसके बाद मणिपुर में आप लोगों ने इमीडिएटली वहाँ से इवैक्यूएट किया या किस तरीके से फिर आप लोग दिल्ली आए और इलाज करवाया अपने पिताजी का?
मेरा बाबा वो रिम्स में इमरजेंसी में we have brought him there and after that with the help of the government and Biren they have given us the airlift to Delhi and we have brought him to Delhi with the help of the convoy of Indian Army. So we are so thankful to the Indian Army for conveying us till airport.
बहुत सारी तस्वीरें भी आ रही हैं, हिंसा की भी तस्वीरें आ रही हैं। हम देख रहे हैं कि सब पे अटैक हो रहा है, महिलाओं पे भी अटैक हो रहा है और आपको भी पास इंफॉर्मेशन तो सारी आ रही होगी। क्या कहेंगे?
Regarding that I have seen the video of the two naked our lady who have been brought. It has hurt my feeling and it has doubt the trust of the core of this humanity.
आपको लगता है कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट क्योंकि भारत के एक अलग कोने पे है, बॉर्डर राज्य है, लेफ्ट आउट रहता है, जो अगर ऐसा आपको लगता है जो मणिपुर में जो तमाम हिंसाएं हो रही हैं कहीं ना कहीं लेफ्ट आउट भी है, इसीलिए अभी तक उस पर उतना जितना एक्शन होना था आपके मुताबिक उतना एक्शन नहीं हुआ?
Yeah, sometimes we feel neglected. I feel neglected because Manipur is a small state and a beautiful state. But we feel sometimes we are neglected. But I hope that we have a good government and we have a good ruling party, BJP, that I trust them that they will take up this issue seriously in the parliament. I am hoping that.
जिस तरह से अटैक हुआ, अभी कितने दिनों से आप लोग दिल्ली में? From how many days?
We came here from May 5th. In the morning, we reached here in the morning at 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Till today, May 5, June 5, 1 month na? July 5, 2 months.
तो आपको लगता है कि पार्टी का सपोर्ट है पूरा सर के साथ, आपकी फैमिली के साथ?
Not yet. Financial support is not there. But officially, only Biren gave me 5 lakhs.
Okay. आपको लगता है और मदद होनी चाहिए क्योंकि जिस तरह से हालात हैं और जिस तरह की तबीयत हम देख रहे हैं कि वाल्टे सर की तबीयत तो बहुत ज़्यादा ख़राब है और जिस तरह का कॉन्शियस ही वाज नॉट, मतलब कॉन्शियस तो हैं बट नॉट इन दैट सेंस। और हेल्प होनी चाहिए।
Help, financial help. Yeah, some are giving 1,000, 2,000, some are giving 50. From education minister, he gave me 50. When he came to me, he gave me 50,000. And others from locality, from philanthropic, they give us help, 1,000, 2,000. Like that, no? Only that. From the government side, one day Biren called me, Madam, don't worry. For Valtes and you, I'll finance you your expenditure. Don't worry, he said to me. But till now, he didn't. The expenditures he doesn't done from the government side. But he sent me 5 lakhs to Dr. Vikran. Only that.
और होनी चाहिए मदद क्योंकि जिस तरह से हालात हैं, आपको लगता है there is more more help.
Yeah, more help. We need more help. Every week we need treatment, and then every day physiotherapy was done, and we spend every day 1,000, and then for checkup we need more more help. Yeah.